What are your thoughts about this new job?
Well, I think it's going to be quite a challenge. I think there's a lot of things that need to be done before we can even think about getting back to the business of the nmfa. And those include the forensic audit, financial audit, investigations, and inquiries by the legislature and so forth. So that I think all those things have to be accomplished, and that's the first thing on our agenda, I believe.
So, how do you go about doing that?
Well, as you heard on the hearing just now, the state auditor is involved in both of our forensic audits and our financial audits, and I think that and the securities division has already begun an investigation, and I think what our charge is to facilitate them in any way we can, provide whatever information in a timely manner, and allow them to complete their work as quickly as possible, because our work is important to the local governments in the state, and we need to get back to that.
How long do you think it'll take before you get all the numbers straightened out?
I think the answer is that we don't know. In the absence of the audits, I don't think we really can know the depth of the problem, and so I don't think we know how long it'll take. I'm hopeful that we can get through the whole thing and be operational completely operational by the end of the legislative session, if not sooner. It'd be great if we could be ahead of that, but I just don't know for sure if we'll be able to do that.
So we're talking the first of the year.
I believe we are. I think as you just heard the report from the state auditor, I think it's going to take at least that long to get through all the audits alone, which are essential to then getting back to doing our job.
Do you think there should be more oversight of the NMFA, or is it too early for you to tell since you've been on the job all of a few hours?
Well, yeah, I think it's difficult to say at this point. There may be some changes needed in terms of how business is done, whether that involves oversight by some outside group or whether it can be done within the current structure. I don't know the answer to that.
Do you think the bond ratings can be saved or preserved?
I believe they can. I think that the basic financial structure that's been put in place with this agency, I don't believe that's been harmed. That I think that once we've established credibility with the financial community and with the local governments and so forth, I believe that the bonds will be as good an investment as they ever were.
And that's the big thing. That's really the big question, right? That's kind of looming over everything, right?
That is the big question, and certainly that's why we have to be so diligent in terms of getting these audits done and make sure that all that financial information is out there, and that the investors have complete information and complete confidence.
Thank you very much for your time. Congratulations, I guess.